we're about to wade into like a bunch of fucking Star Wars stuff, and it's coming sooner than you think. Like Ahsoka is next month, and then like kind of, you know, throughout there's like different shit happening, and in later this year, probably November to December, Skeleton Crew is coming out.
Okay.
Right, and if you're not sure about that, Skeleton Crew is a streaming show. It's not a film, right?
Yeah, it's Stranger Things, but in Star Wars with Jude Law
and the Goonies, I think. Or,
I guess.
Created by John Watson, Chris Ford, follows 4 kids who find themselves on an adventure after finding themselves lost in the galaxy, which is
what
cookie cutter plot. But you know, Star Wars has never been about its very intricate, crazy plot. It's very, very simple. The bad guys are bad. The good guys are good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, they blew up the space station.
The bad guys are literally Nazis who blew up an innocent planet.
Yeah. And it's like the same story every movie, pretty much, right? So it's going to come out in November or December. They said late 2023. As far as I know, it has not been pushed back because of, you know, whatever. So it's apparently still happening. So they've been doing some press for this, right? Chris Ford and Jude Law was on the Dagobah Dispatch, which I think is like an official Lucasfilm like podcast thing or something
like that.
And they're asking him about crossovers with other New Republic characters, because Jon Favreau teased a while ago that there might be some crossover with some of the different properties in their characters and shit. And John Watts said there may or may not be some crossovers. By the way, both of these quotes, these guys, you can tell that their NDA is very ironclad. So they're like, I don't know. It could be.
So the Mouse's lawyers are holding a box cutter to my neck. I really can't say anything.
There may or may not be some crossovers. It's the New Republic era. For us, it was great. It was a great era because as much as the New Republic is trying to bring things back, it's kind of lawless, wild time. So there's a lot of danger. If we had said it earlier, the kids would have probably met the Empire and just got shut down, which means shot in the head, I think.
Yes.
This is more of a galaxy to get lost in. And then, so that like the one thing, the crossovers thing, I was like, I don't really care if they're crossovers.
Oh my God, Baby Yoda is going to be on fucking Skeleton Crew.
You can't call him Baby Yoda anymore. And this is the problem with that, is that they an entire season went by. We didn't know Grogu's name, and all of us got really used to calling him Baby Yoda. Mm-hmm. And they gave him a name, and we're like,
he's Baby Yoda.
I can't remember 2 names. I mean, it's going to be one or the other. And like any of those things could happen, right? And it's fine. Like a Mandalorian could show up, Bo-Katan could show up and sit on someone's face or whatever, and you know, that's fine. I don't really care. What caught my attention about this, or at least got me kind of interested, Jude Law was talking about his character, which Jude Law is a fantastic actor. Mm-hmm. If you've seen any of the new Fantastic Beasts movie, he played young Dumbledore. It was also the bad guy in Captain Marvel.
Yep.
He was I wonder if he'll show up in Marvel Secret Invasion. I just thought of that.
He's not dead.
He didn't die. No.
Yeah, maybe.
Carol Danvers owned the fuck out of him at the end of that movie, though.
His ass.
So he said, I can't tell you very much about my character, NDA, obviously. Mm-hmm. He is someone the children meet on their attempt to get home. He is a lot of the world that they experience, contradictory, and at times a place of nurture and other times a place of threat, which I think is interesting because from what I understand, he's playing a Jedi who survived Order 66, another one. And the idea of, like, it doesn't surprise me that he would play a character that was kind of jaded and not for himself, because I'm sure that if you belong to a religion like that and what happened to the Jedi happened to you, your worldview would be kind of messed up and everything. So I just think it's interesting that he isn't like on its face, the archetype, like the real predictable older mentor Ben Kenobi archetype, that he might actually be kind of an asshole, which I think would be really neat. And like, it also kind of connects it to, so we know that like in Ahsoka, there are two dark force wielding characters. Yep. And it's interesting to me. I think one of them was a former Jedi as well. I can't remember. It'd be interesting for them to kind of explore this area of former Jedi. They don't have the council or their masters or an organization to help them rein in some of their impulses. And so some of them are going to fall to the dark side. Like the ones that don't get caught by the Inquisitors and turn to the dark side are will kind of...
They're going to be organic free range dark side.
Right. And so you're going to start thinking, oh, well, isn't that a great Jedi? And no, it's not, because the Jedi don't exist anymore as an organization. And we've said this before, but they're mutually exclusive. You can be a Jedi or you can use the dark side. You cannot do both, right? Because, you can't just go and murder like 7 people and then go save 7 people. And in the end, have everything be okay. We know that the dark side is corrosive. And then once you start down that path, it forever dominates your destiny. That's the only thing down the road for you is darkness, right? Mm-hmm. So there is no like just dipping your toe in the dark side and then rinsing it off and then doing it again.
There is one, like Yoda was canonically wrong about that in the case of Vader, because Luke like reached out and grabbed him and pulled him back. Yeah.
But there wasn't a time where he was both.
Right.
He was bad until he was good. Mm-hmm. And sure, there is like he was conflicted, and despite we know he claimed not to be. But what I'm saying is that like the whole like gray Jedi thing just isn't. That's not what I'm talking about. The idea of a former Jedi kind of being out for themselves and kind of leaving their religion behind a little bit and just being a dude that has the Force and doesn't like 4 kids, like, and having him being played by Jude Law. I'm fucking here for it. I'm excited for it.